everyone, Josie here with Emotional Wisdom, and today I want to talk about boundaries. Yes, boundaries. Why? There are so many opinions out there about boundaries, whether if it's good, whether if it's bad, whether if it's healthy, whether if it's who knows what. And I want to share my opinion, my personal perception over boundaries. I personally believe that boundaries are not just only used to keep out or put a wall between something that is bad, something that is negative, something that is a detriment to you. I don't think so. I think that boundaries and that word is bigger than just that. I personally think boundaries is a sense of self, is knowing what you are, what you prefer. For me, giving my inner child a voice or allowing myself to be vulnerable is a sense of a boundary. That's to me what a boundary represents. I feel that, let's say I am at a gathering where certain people are interacting and are doing something that I personally then realize I don't want to contribute in. Simply me identifying, okay, they're doing this, but choose not to not do it, and I then stop engaging and then I remove myself from the equation. I feel that is a sense of a boundary, right? I once upon a time in that little gathering, I was feeling comfortable, and then all of a sudden I wasn't feeling comfortable, or it wasn't my preference. They changed the conversation in this case, and it wasn't really jiving with me. I wasn't really getting anything out of it, so I politely removed myself out of the circle. That's a sense of boundary. I then decided it wasn't serving me, it wasn't giving me anything that I felt fed from, so therefore I decided to move along, right? And remove myself from that circle and proceed in whatever it is that I feel was more engaging to me, right? It was more exciting, I was more intrigued in. That is a sense of a boundary. Also, a boundary could be, obviously, having friends and all of a sudden they don't respect you. So then you are forced to create a sense of boundary by expressing to them how it made you feel, right? Because a boundary is also you acknowledging this didn't make me feel good. Let me voice it. Let me give that inner self, that vulnerable self, that inner child a voice to express, I don't feel essentially safe in the situation. So I don't like how that happened or what happened. That is a sense of boundary for yourself and also a sense of boundary for the situation. Now, if the person then chooses to acknowledge that and respect it and work around, come up with a third solution, as I like to call it, and in your guys' opposing opinions or behaviors or interaction, that is wonderful, right? Then obviously you guys both were able to work something out for your guys' energy dynamic to work and function, because I also don't think it's fair for the other person, let's say they choose to operate a certain way, for them needing to change something that they feel it's them. That's also not fair. However, it is very important for each and every person to vocalize whenever they're not feeling accepted or feel some type of uncomfortableness. It is important to express that, right? So then the other person knows that it made you feel uncomfortable, and then they can choose accordingly, because sometimes we don't know that we're making someone feel uncomfortable by what we're saying. And if someone was to bring it to our attention that we're saying something that's making them feel uncomfortable, then we're given the opportunity to shift the conversation, right? So I felt really compelled to mention that, to kind of give you a quick explanation on what I believe boundaries really represent from my level of perception. I think they're extremely healthy. There's nothing negative about boundaries. I think, though, if you do resonate with only boundaries being something negative, then I understand how they make you feel limited, and they can then exude the idea that boundaries are to keep people away, to keep situations away, to divide, to separate. Not the case. That word is bigger. It's bigger than what the meaning we've placed it and we've given it. So I do encourage healthy boundaries. I do believe in healthy boundaries. I do believe in speaking your truth at all times lovingly, so the other person can receive it. And if they get triggered, at least you know you lovingly expressed how you felt. And now it's not your responsibility the way they are choosing to act and behave and receive the information, right? If you lovingly deliver that, how you feel. So go ahead and comment. Let me know what your perception of boundaries is, so we can just create conversation. And also we could expand this concept, right? And just let go of the limitations under that word or that concept of boundaries. It's healthier and it's funner. So with all the love and full acceptance, Josie.